Fastest growing water protection group in the world. We have 17 in Australia, licensed keepers. We have a dozen in China. I think we have 7 in Russia. We just opened last week. We just licensed our first one in Iraq. We have an Upper Tigris river keeper in Iraq. And I think, within 5 or 10 years, we'll have keepers on every major waterway across the globe. As Art said, one of the unifying themes behind all the keepers is this idea that we're not protecting the environment for the sake of the fishes and the birds. We're protecting it for our own sake because we recognize that nature is the infrastructure of our communities, and that if we want to meet our obligation as a generation, as a civilization, as a nation, which is to create communities for our children that provide them with the same opportunities for dignity and enrichment and prosperity and good health as the communities that our parents gave us, we've got to start by protecting our environmental infrastructure. The air we breathe, the water we drink, wildlife, the fisheries, the public lands, what we call the commons, the Commonwealth, or historically what's known as the public trust resources, those assets that cannot be reduced to private property ownership, but by their nature are the possession of the entire community. The flowing waters, like you have here, the public landscapes, the landscapes that connect us to our past, to our history, that provide context to our community, and that are the source ultimately of our values and our virtues and our character as a people. One of the mantras that you hear from the big polluters and from their indentured servants in our political process, and from the whole infrastructure that they've created, the propaganda infrastructure they've created over the past 2 decades, the big slick PR firms like Hill and Knowlton and Burson Marcella and the phony think tanks they have on Capitol Hill, like the Heritage Foundation, Competitive Enterprise Institute, the American Enterprise Institute, which pretend to love free market capitalism, but in reality, they hate free market capitalism. What they really are fighting to safeguard and to construct is a form of corporate crony capitalism. It's capitalism for the poor, but socialism for the rich and for the big corporations. And it's nothing to do with